Good evening, peoples.
Hey everyone, welcome.
I see a few people are here already.
Let's have an update. Oh, there we go.
I see Fire Emblem Lord, Leonia, and Mamie, and Shogun Gino.
Yeah.
So
look at that background.
Yeah, that is the. I chose it for this, because it's Contra, so you got a jungle theme going on here. But this is the Super Game Boy 2, so this is a background that a lot of people probably haven't seen. And as you can see, if you remember from the regular Super Game Boy, if you let it idle, they have like sort of a little animation that happens. So you can see like animals poking around the side of the screen, alligators looking up from the water and stuff. So it's fun.
I didn't realize this was released by Ultra Games.
Yeah. I mean, this
well, I mean, it was under the Konami.
Yeah, but this was the only. I actually looked at a list of Ultra Games games during my research for this episode, and it looked like this was the only Konami game that was released under that brand.
Oh, wow.
And this was, I believe, toward the tail end of that whole thing. Now, when I record the episode, I just had... This is what I've been doing. I did this for some other Game Boy footage that I've recorded, but we haven't used yet. On the last page of the colors, there's this one... The last one is like sort of this green Game Boy looking thing. But I kind of like the...
I see it. So it's like a... an accurate representation.
Semi-accurate. But I kind of like this red thing, but since I was recording video when I was playing this, I used that one. But I like this scheme, so I kind of want to play on this. So
yeah, I mean, it seems right.
Yeah, like it's got the
red.
The Red Sea and stuff, so...
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
So see, like, these little scenes are like just like Contra 4.
What do you mean? Wait, hang on.
The little... Oh yeah, see, I keep forgetting that Twitch has like this ridiculous delay.
Well, I made it so that I select the thing that makes it like less of a delay, but I don't think it matters that much. I see, you mean the intro, like, running across the screen.
Yeah. So, is the audio balance okay? Like, now watch this. See, I'll get this extra S icon, and now I've got an upgrade. But it only applies to the spread shot.
Right. Okay, there it is.
So you kind of got to be careful on jumps, because... you move a lot slower, so you really got to be at the edge when you do it. But, it's risky. I'll show you the jump that I had trouble on a little later.
It seems like this one kind of takes more of an influence from Super C than the first one.
I would say that's absolutely accurate. But, like, this first level, like, there's definitely some Super C-esque things. The first homing comes up in just a second here. Looks like a regular spread shot first, but that homes in on stuff.
Hang on, I'm going to refresh the page. I don't know if the chat is working or not. It wasn't moving.
I don't know if, like, I don't really know how the programming works, but in my mind, I would think that, like, something like this homing shot would be very, like, processor intensive.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's not, but in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, that's impressive that it, like, tracks as well as it does. And, like, with so many bullets, and it doesn't seem to, like, hamper the game. Hey,
do you feel like it might be overpowerful?
Oh, it's definitely a bit overpowered. Like,
is there any reason to want anything else?
Sort of. Part of my script that I cut out, I had it recorded, but I just cut it in editing. I did sort of explain, like, my thinking on where I liked certain weapons. By the way, this is the sub that is like so obviously from well, not from Contra 4, but Contra 4 uses it. But yeah, in my script I originally said that sort of starting midway through level 3, I liked getting the fire weapon, which I haven't shown you yet, but you'll probably get to see it at some point. But I liked getting that because it makes this big explosion, and I found it easier to use on the boss of that level, but your last opportunity to get homing is level 3. You can't get it in level 4 or 5, so at least not that I found. I don't know why I wouldn't have found it, because I mean it's a pretty straightforward game.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to try holding on to the homing. Not that I ever actually like got all that far into level 5 keeping the homing, but
Seems like you're pretty good at this.
I mean,
You played it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it took me about, between the backloggery stream where I started playing this, I played this maybe 3.5 hours on that stream. Mm-hmm. I just really got into a rut where I was just not making any progress. Like, I got to level 5 after, maybe 2 hours or less. And then I was just in a rut where I was like hardly ever getting to level 5 again. I was just making no more progress that night. And I played about 2.5 hours recording the footage for the episode. So, I definitely got some practice in. But it's been almost 2 weeks since I recorded the footage for the episode, so I'm a little rusty now, but I haven't forgotten my strategies yet, it seems.
Yeah, that's a good thing about doing these streams, kind of, even though, like last week how I said that I recorded my footage like back in October for it. But it kind of gets you playing the game one more time while you're still like really good at it.
Right, like
before like a bunch of time passes, like, oh, I haven't played this in a year or something.
Yeah, I mean, I always like the idea. I mean, it's one of the things I said in the episodes. I like the idea of, like, not that I'm like good at games at all, but like I like the experience of getting to know a game and feeling like I can just play through it again. Like, I mean, that's how you kind of got to know games when you were a kid, and I feel like that's kind of lost these days.
Yeah.
But I feel like hard games kind of like this, where you have to start from the beginning, you can kind of re-experience that in a way, other than the fact that instead of months and years, we expect to beat them in like a few hours or a couple of days.
Right.
Like, we're impatient with how long it takes us to beat a game now.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm definitely guilty of that at times too, where like I just want to get through it because like I know that I have to move on to the next thing or something.
Right.
But I mean, I think that's why a lot of our stuff, or like things we do videos on, are shorter games like this.
Right, I mean, I want to do more stuff on RPGs, but when you're trying to make as many episodes as we do, like, it's hard to find the time to play through an RPG to prepare it for an episode. But
in a way, you got to do it which is kind of like what I'm going to be experimenting with, where I'm going to be playing through it over the course of like several months before, like ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're planning to do something like that soon, so I'm glad I got to represent a bit of my Final Fantasy love. And by the way, these trees, they're amazing. Look at these trees. Like, isn't that awesome? Like, that might be my favorite tree I've ever seen in a video game. Like, it's like a really freaking good tree.
It's pretty good, yeah. And 2 frames of animation.
Yeah. So this level is extraordinarily reminiscent of Super C's jungle level.
Right.
But it's got the music from Contra 1's level, but then you've also kind of got the
But that's like the jungle theme.
Right.
Like, well, that's like Contra jungle.
Right, but it's got the music from Contra's Waterfall. but you also climb waterfalls like twice. I don't know if you really. The last part is definitely a waterfall. The first part I don't think is a waterfall. It's just kind of a cliffside that you climb up. But it's the same concept. It's got like... I don't think I showed the moving platforms in the video, but there is a little moving platform action as you're climbing.
Really?
See, if I wanted to get spread again, the boss in this level has two forms. Like, you fight him once, like, midway through the level. Mm-hmm. And at first I had a little hard time using the spread shot on him, or the homing, I mean. But I think I'm going to try to stick with homing as long as I can.
So for people in the chat, we just found out today via Matt Bozon from Way Forward. We sent him try sending him a link to this video, and he clarified that Contra 4 is actually a sequel to this game.
And I had no idea. And when I was making the video, I made several comparisons to Contra 4, which is my favorite game in the series. And I had no idea that it was so intentional. In fact, he said that the bad guy is Black Viper, which I don't really have a solid concept of what Black Viper is, because like you seem to in this game be fighting more of a human organization that's like keeping like an alien cell or something, which assuming I get to the end, you'll kind of see what I mean. I briefly showed I didn't really show the last boss, but I kind of showed the last boss. I showed the last boss in the same sense that Jecht is the last boss of Final Fantasy X. He's not, but he is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't show the last boss, but the last boss isn't exactly anything to be afraid of, dang it! I got the spread shot on accident.
Oh, I thought you died.
No.
I'm waiting for it now.
So this is the first form.
Here it comes. There. Oh, there it is. It almost looked like you didn't pick it up because of the
yeah,
being at 30 frames per second.
Yeah,
it was like flashing.
It blinks. Uh-oh. Whoo! I was getting way too squirrely on that fight. That fight should not be that hard. I'm just flustered because I lost my homing. There's like not many Contra games where you'd be upset to get a spread shot, but it's probably like, like all the weapons in this game are good, which is one of the things I like. But like spread shot's probably the least good one, which is, I'm definitely, since I'm using the non-upgraded one.
Right.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think there's a spread on this waterfall climb. But there is a
This level is like significantly significantly longer than the previous two.
Oh yeah, this level is easily the longest level in the game.
I mean, like it was like how when I captured that clip of the arcade version. Did you watch all of it?
Not all of it, but it's like so short.
Yeah, but it's just interesting.
Okay, here's
that
fire.
The final level has like half of the NES game in it.
So looking at the stream, you might not actually see the explosion that comes off of the end of the fire. Okay,
so it goes off like
it goes off in like 4 directions, and it's like a bigger explosion than Super C. So this is the jump that I was showing in the stream that I died on so much. And something really bizarre, I didn't show this in the video, but something super bizarre happened here. Because most of the times that I had trouble, look at that, there it happened. It must just be a time thing.
You go through the ground or something?
No, it must just be a time thing. So, okay, so that solves it. So, when I was streaming the game the first time I played it, I died on this jump so many times. But when I was recording the video, actually recording, I only died on this jump one time, but I wanted to show that I died on it a bunch of times, so I used the 10 lives code to just get back to this point so I could record myself falling into this pit a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And on the last time, on my last life, that floor thing came across, and I just died, so I wasn't able to actually see what it did, but I was like, what triggered that? But now, I guess it has to be time. So that's crazy.
Like if you get to it in a certain amount of time?
Or no, I think if you're like waiting for it. So it must just be like a little Easter egg, like early version of
like a puzzle.
Or like a super guide.
Is it possible to make the jump?
Oh yeah. Like you just like I show it in the video, like you just have to get like on the edge. Okay, now I hate this. Okay. As long as you get past that first little laser thing, then it's not bad.
Not gonna jinx it, but wouldn't it be great if you beat the game without dying?
I kind of took a risk there. If you get under that boss after his sides blow up, if you get under it and just fire constantly, you can get him in when he opens up just one time, but it's kind of risky. Though I think it might work really well with the fire weapons, so. First I wasn't too sure if these pods that spit out the spiders, if they blew up with time or they blew up because I was shooting them, but they definitely blow up because you're shooting them. But you definitely want to just get rid of them because you're going to shoot them on accident anyway.
Yeah. So had you played any of the PlayStation 1 Contra games?
I have not, and I know they're probably all universally not good, but
are they you think that they're as bad as people
I feel like they probably aren't as bad as people say they are, but I mean I have absolutely no idea.
Aren't you curious? Like
I'm really curious. Like I kind of intend to get them eventually just because I love the series so much.
They can't be that expensive.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure they're all like really. There's like two of them. It's like Contra. Neo. Is Neo Contra PS1 or PS2?
No, it's PS2. Which I guess that I've seen the ending to Neo Contra. It has like a really crazy ending where he like blows up the planet to like kill the alien. And like
that's like lighting your house on fire to kill a spider.
Yeah.
Oh!
Whoa. Did he die?
First death.
Oh.
You gotta be careful around these little openings because they do respawn. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's falling apart. It's falling apart.
Yeah, come on. Let's see how much those Contra games are. It's like See the Adventure is one of them or something.
Yeah, Contra the Adventure.
Which, you know, it makes you think of like the Castlevania Adventure.
Yeah. Oh! Whew. Nope, it was fine. Oh, it was about bad though. I didn't think another one was going to be able to spawn out of there. I did, however, the boss of this level, I was really struggling on him if I didn't have the weapons, but I got him figured out. So let's hope that I remember that I execute my strategy properly. The thing is, when he's in his first phase, he's actually harder than when he speeds up, because at first he can spit stuff out both on the sides and in the middle. But when he speeds up, he only spits stuff out at the side. So you can just stay in the middle and you're pretty much good.
Okay, so Contra Legacy of War is about $12, but See the Adventure is about $20.
I mean, still relatively cheap.
Which really, so Legacy of War came in like one of those double cases, which is really weird. You know, like multi-disc cases.
Oh, that. Does it like include like some sort of behind the scenes? Aw, dang it.
I have no idea. It looks like, okay, there's like two versions. There was like a single jewel case version and a double jewel case version. This person's trying to sell his single jewel case version for $29.99. This person's selling this for $7. That's because it doesn't have the back.
Oh, I can see my lives now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of PS1 games that, even though they were one disc, only came in two disc thing.
Okay, he's in fast mode, so I don't have to worry now.
But it was mostly RPGs that did that.
Yeah, like I feel like there was a prestige to.
Yeah.
Like Suikoden, for example, came in a dual case, even though it didn't need to.
Wait, what did?
Suikoden.
Yeah. And Wild Arms did. The first one.
Yeah, and the single disc games, but I think it was just like, I think they were like ashamed to be like a one disc game, so like, you know.
Yeah, they didn't make it seem like a big...
They put it out there so it looked like a real RPG.
Yeah.
I mean, back then, like, games were kind of judged by how many discs they had. Like, more discs was, like, awesome.
Yeah, and now it's like, you can't even stand to, like...
I
like,
love it,
don't
though.
even want to
like,
change disc period, put a disc in.
If you were playing a 4-disc game, you knew, like, you were in for, like, something special.
Yeah. Which is really just like, you're in for lots of cutscenes.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't always all that long, but...
I mean, that's kind of what it meant, is that if you had more than one disc, you're going to have CG cutscenes.
Okay, I think that's my last opportunity to get a weapon. And the fire is actually not that good for this part because it's a little slower, so it can get you into trouble if you're not aiming in the right spot. Oh, okay, there is a single spread shot. But I'm going to stick with fire. I think fire might be more powerful, but I'm really not sure. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fear Effect, I think, I have the first one. It's like multiple discs. But that was, I think they had a lot of cutscenes in it, too.
Oh, crap.
That's like a Resident Evil type.
Oh!
With like pre-render backgrounds and stuff.
Alright, going on the elevator with no weapons. Not ideal, but doable. I mean, I rarely actually got to the elevator with weapons, so... Oh, dang it. These laser things you just gotta duck under. Like I said in the video, the platforms don't matter, though I'm sure the laser things do matter.
Right, so that like messed with you at first. Like, so you thought you were gonna get crushed.
Yeah, so I was like really panicking every time I got to the elevator, thinking that I had to like avoid the platforms in addition to the lasers, in addition to the enemies. Ah, crap. Last life. Alright. This is still doable. This part's a little tricky, but it's not too bad.
Oh, then it becomes platforming. After it stops. So I could see why you would think that, though.
Yeah. I mean, you can go through platforms in Contra, so, I mean, those are platforms you can jump through, but, I mean, it's an elevator. The rules might be different, you know?
Yeah. So if you're on your last life, right?
I am. There's 2 continues, I think.
Right, but that takes you to the beginning of the level, right?
Beginning of the level, yeah. I mean, I'm still going to try to beat this if I fail. But I'm right at the boss now, so here's hoping I can keep my strategy on him. I mean, he's not that hard, but you gotta be careful.
So it's just this guy with a jetpack.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's not what you'd expect.
Yeah, it really took me by surprise.
Is this like his only pattern?
No, he after... Oh, okay, here he goes. He fires his arms. This is when it gets a little bit tricky, because the arms come back down. That's what threw me off for so long. And now he's going to do this every single pass. On the left side, it's always the second missile that's close to you. On the right side, it's always the fourth missile that's close to you.
Look at that. You've like figured it out.
Yeah. Took a lot of tries, though. But it's like a really strict pattern. Alright, got him.
Did you just beat the game?
No, there's a little more, though. I shouldn't be bad unless I'm, like, really, really dumb.
You gotta get out of there before it explodes.
No. There's no time as far as I know. Alright, here we go. It's Mother Brain without the SpaghettiOs.
Oh, there's another boss.
And
Or
there
you
you
gotta
go.
shoot it.
Yeah, you just gotta shoot it.
Oh.
So you just gotta get to it. Get through those barriers.
Nice.
So there you go.
It's like, didn't even have to continue once.
I know, that feels pretty
Is that
good.
your best run on the game ever?
It is. I was on my first or second continue when I beat it. Look at that wavy Game Boy explosion in the background. Like, how'd they do that?
Yeah. That's impressive, actually.
I think this indie music, I'm pretty sure, is the only original track in the game.
All right. They're really slow credit roll.
I didn't even notice how slow they were when I beat it before.
Let's see. Let's check out T. Hegi Hara.
Was he the director?
He was the first name. So let's see.
Whoa, did you just get those, that Dreamcast stuff today, Sobo, or was that another time?
No, that's what he got a while back. I remember he got the
I couldn't remember. I remember he shot a picture of that stuff before.
That Mark of the Wolves is a good find.
Oh, Contra Rebirth has a remix of this. I don't remember. I mean, I remember some things about that game. It was a weird game. Weird game. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to show is the Famicom version of the original Contra, which is without a doubt the superior version of the game, and I don't know why they made the changes that they did to the US version, because everything that's in this is kind of cool. It's all aesthetic. It doesn't really affect the gameplay at all, but it just looks really cool. So, and it's not so much the cutscenes, there's extra environmental animation in several of the levels, and it's really cool. So, I'm hoping I can get through this too. I got through it on a cold run when I was recording footage for the episode. So, I gotta say, the original Contra, not that hard. So, let's switch us some games here. All right. By the way, this is interesting. Like, you see these quotes around those Japanese letters. It's my understanding that that's Contra. And if you recall, the opening cutscene of Contra Rebirth has this weird story thing set up that makes like no sense. And it's like Contra, and it keeps saying Contra in quotes over and over again. And like apparently it's like a reference to the stuff in this game. Like when you start the game, there's this opening cutscene that's got text and stuff, and I don't know if it's exactly taken from this game, but it's largely inspired by this at the very least. So like Contra Rebirth, weird game, but maybe not as weird as we thought. But there may be a basis for what's going on here. Look at that high resolution weapon thinger you get. I think that's like the symbol of a Contra.
Yeah, well, you mean the bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the icon that's in the weapons, too.
Right, that's what you get in the weapons, but you don't really see it anywhere else.
Right.
There's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Their ID cards. And then there's this little map screen like showing the layout of the island. So we're going to Area A right now. Got an overhead view. Do. I can never remember whether... I think the R only applies after you get a weapon, but sometimes I forget. I don't think it applies if you pick up the R and then get another weapon.
Oh, I don't know. So, the Kihagihara, I was looking him up here, worked on a lot of good games for Konami, but then he was like supervisor of several, and he was, I don't know, I mean, it says under, for him, it says business, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and it says president in quotes. So I don't know if he's like, was a big deal. Obviously it was.
I should have pointed out sooner, but notice the moving...
on the top of the screen there,
the trees, yeah.
Why would they remove that?
I have no... like, maybe it was causing a glitch or something? I don't know. Also, I could be wrong, but I want to say the US version, the background in this part, I don't think there's the trees going all the way vertical through all of this part, but I could be wrong. Maybe it does. Oops.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
I feel like it's like black, usually.
Yeah, I meant to look, but when I was doing the episode, because I was looking, I was like, is that like that in the US version? I kind of think it might not be. But, And by the way, that little slow spinny fire thing animation that I did in the video, I mean, that was just taken from the game, from a real game recording. I went to a part where the background was just black, and I just keyed it out.
Oh yeah. You gave it the old video game ears.
Yep. Authenticity, man. Okay, now here's a little cutscene. Puts up his antenna. I guess he says, like, I've made it through Area A. Now, you know, the alternate gameplay in Contra 1, like, it's not as good as the side-scrolling levels, but, like, I mean, it's certainly unique, I feel, especially for the NES, like, having this sort of Z-axis perspective.
I think so, yeah.
Like,
I bet he was saying I'm entering base A, because I think that each, on that map screen, there's like the A, B, and is there 2 behind the character levels?
Well, I mean, A was where the A was at the end of the first level.
Oh, I thought it was inside the base.
But maybe it doesn't mean it was Area A. Maybe like A is like the first like target. So like maybe the first level is like Area 0 or whatever. I don't know.
It's just funny that that's what they call it that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's probably like their military plan or whatever, you know. It's like target A. If you don't have the spread shot on this part, like, I think you gotta wait like a really long time for the red guy with the spread icon to come out. They'll come eventually. First thing you want to do here is get rid of the guns, because then nothing happens. But if you destroy everything but the guns, then the boss will come out and the guns will still be there.
So you're pretty good at this one, obviously, too. Like, you can...
I mean, I can pretty predictable... I wouldn't say I can always beat it without continuing, but I can pretty predictably beat it at least on a set of continues, even if I'm playing cold.
Right.
But I mean, I'd never beaten it until maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And for the record, I know it's like iconic and all, but like I'm not even like that good at the Konami code. Like, I don't even really have it like people like think that like people are like, you don't remember the Konami code, what kind of person are you? But like, I never really used it. I mean, first of all, growing up, I really didn't play that many Konami games. It's more been something I've discovered in later years. I did play a little Contra as a kid, but it was just one of those like vague memories of this really cool game that I played at a friend's house once or twice. And I couldn't remember which one it really was. But Konami wasn't really part of my growing up, so, you know, so there's that, but also just, like, I've never, like, if I'm playing a game, I wanna play it to beat it, and I can't say that I beat it if I cheated, so...
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm completely missing that gun over there, and it's gonna be a problem. Can I just jump up there? Nope. Ah, dang it.
Did you die?
I died. This must be their third death. This hasn't gone quite as smoothly as the first bit of Operation C. But yeah, so like, I mean, so I've just never really bothered that much with the Konami code because I want to play it for real. So I don't know if I've even ever played through the entirety of this game using the Konami code.
Mm-hmm.
I may have once, but I definitely beat it before I ever did that. Like, beat it without the code.
That's really good. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and I think that I'm probably one of them that's like never actually beaten it without.
Like, and I feel like
But I
that's
feel
one
like
of the
that's something
reasons.
like that's like a rite of passage. I think that like something like maybe I should make that a priority to do that.
Like it's really not that bad, and I think the reason it's considered so hard is because everyone knew the code and abused it.
Right.
And so they never really got to know the game, and they just gave up too easily because that was there. But if you, like, have a standard of not using the code, I'm actually not as good at this boss as I should be. Ah, dang it. Like, I feel like this boss should be, like, super freaking... Like, once the arms are gone, it's nothing, but...
This is like the boss that you see in this game that you kind of realize, like...
Yeah, but it's aliens.
It's like... That it's like Alien.
Yeah.
I mean, without a story in the US version. I mean, I guess unless you read the manual.
This run isn't going as well as the run when I recorded footage for the episode.
See, if you look at the map, I'm pretty sure that the A is inside that first base.
It is, and so is the D is in the second, but then the next
Then why
one's
is
just in
the C
the
like that?
It's just in the
But
snowfield.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
I
just
wonder.
like nothing.
The C isn't. That's not the one you go into. It's like the factory, is it? I wonder if that's. What
I mean, it could be. I mean, this is the. There's only 2 levels of this style.
Yeah. So the arcade game, like after this level, like the rest of this game is 1 level in the arcade version.
Really, like the
Like
snowfield leads
you go
into the
snowfield and
alien
you go-
layer.
Yeah, like you, it's like continues scrolling. Like you'll start on the snowfield and then you go through the factory with like the claws and everything, and then you quite like
wait,
the
it's
like the
fine.
truck and like with the spiked plate on the front.
Yeah,
And then you can-
those things are so annoying, but I actually discovered, because if you don't have a weapon, like, it's almost impossible, and I thought it was impossible to kill it without it killing you. Because it approaches you.
Right.
But I discovered, like, I just did really, should I get that laser? I hate the laser, but it is powerful. It's just not very fun to use.
It's only powerful. I mean, it's annoying because you have to like.
Wait, you have to, like, you can't just, like, mash.
Right.
But it's, like, really strong. I mean, it is the strongest weapon in the game. It's just not...
It's interesting that it's the laser too, because it really does. It looks like a flame, fire. You know?
Yeah. Wow, it really eats up those guns. Oh boy, rapid, I don't know why I hit up on accident. Hitting up in this part doesn't hurt you, but I always forget that. It just stuns you. I like how in the Contra 4 version of these levels, it actually has like a map that shows like where you are in the base, and it like turns corners and stuff.
Would you buy Contra 4 if it came to like the virtual console?
Yeah, day one, man. It's like the best Contra game.
Yeah, it would be nice to play it like that.
I mean, the only thing, Contra 4 faces a lot of challenges for ports. I mean, you know, Konami most of all, but...
Yeah, but they've actually been pretty good with like releasing their games on digital download, I find.
That's true. It's hard to say
And
what the
Capcom's been
future's
doing
like.
really good a lot lately too.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really had a beef with Capcom anyway, but... Like most people seem to, but... I really don't want to be fighting a boss with a laser, but... Especially this boss. This might not go well. Because this boss, if you don't have like the spread shot, requires like so much timing.
Right. It's more of a challenge for you.
Yeah.
It's funny because on the stream, the double image doesn't show up at all.
See, I always thought that the Konami versions of the NES versions of Konami's arcade games are like really good because like especially like this and Ninja Turtles, like
Yeah. Well,
like, you have more content. Like Ninja Turtles is less extreme, like it's less obviously better, but in my opinion, it is. Like I just
see,
like.
I don't think Ninja Turtles is better.
I know it's an unpopular opinion. I mean, this is like universally considered better.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, most of them were. I mean, at the time, most NES versions were better than the arcade.
I mean, at least for gameplay.
Yeah.
Whew. Surprised I got through that. Okay, so this level, certain parts of this level have a snowstorm effect. This upcoming level.
I love the music on the snowfield. I think it's like the best song in the game.
Really? Better than the first level?
Well, kinda, yeah. Well,
Oh, and the trees
Maybe.
sway in the wind too. Or they don't sway, but the branches blow. This is like the level where it's like make it or break it.
Yeah. So the snow is not falling in the US version either.
Right. No.
Why would they
snowfall.
remove all that stuff?
I don't know. It's like maybe they thought it was distracting, but I think it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Wish I'd get that machine gun. I feel like the machine gun is a little underrated. Like I think it's one of the better weapons in the series. Like especially in Contra 4, like when you get the double machine gun, that thing cuts through bosses like butter. Actually, when I was recording, I don't know if I ever knew this because I can't remember if I ever tested easy mode. But I mean, Contra 4 is like one of the harder ones. Shattered Soldier is easily the hardest one, but Contra 4 is really hard too. And obviously, since I was playing it cold, I just, because I needed to get to level 4 to shoot that footage for the episode, so I played on easy. And on easy mode, you get double weapons with just one pickup.
Yep.
Which is like crazy.
It's a good way to make it easy, though.
But yeah, it is. And though I don't think the last level exists in easy mode, if I'm not mistaken. One of those things.
I always got a kick out of like how a lot of the enemies, if you just let them run, they'll just like jump in the water, like kill themselves.
But anyway, when I was finding this thing, recording footage, dang it, I guess the fire weapon can't really do it either. I did, the little, index finger smash, and it worked. So that does work. And I'll just have to try it on the next one, or else I'm going to get a game over.
You mean just like hit it as fast as you can? Yeah.
I'm a lot better at button mashing than I was like a long time ago. All right, let's try it. I'm bad at this, but
I can hear you doing it.
My button mashing technique is not good, and it's either going to work or it's not. I'm just I can't predict it. I can't predict when I'm going to lose steam on it.
Is this you fight the football player at the end of this level?
I know what you're talking about, but no, that's the end of the energy zone, which I think is the next level. I always get the energy zone and the hangar confused. Because Energy Zone sounds like more second to last level than Hangar. The Hangar,
Right.
Hangar is the second to last. Okay, this boss, like, I beat him without dying when I was recording footage, but, like, I was kind of squirrely, so... You can destroy his shots, but then... Ah, dang it.
Oh, in the arcade version, this thing is just like a normal enemy. You fight this thing at the beginning of the snowfield.
Oh, wow. Alright, that didn't go so well.
Oh, did you get a game over? You
I
did.
did, yeah. I forget if I got a game over when I was recording footage or not.
I don't know.
Oh, dang it. I hate when you can see the edge of a platform, but it's like off screen as far as the game is concerned. Like you,
Oh, did you?
I wanted to jump
I
up
see.
to get to that machine gun.
Right. It's in the overscan area.
I know.
You're not meant to see it.
Tune in next week to see why we're laughing. Yes. Got the
So his like main
Woo,
weapon
that was close.
is just like a shotgun.
Huh?
That's what- So the main weapon is like a shotgun that he goes in with. It's
No,
not a machine.
Right, well, I mean, it's just like, I mean, I guess I thought it was more of like a rifle. Like, it's just a slow shooting weapon. If I can hold this spread shot, the boss should be like crazy easy.
Yeah. You know, like we talked about how much you like the flip.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And the flip in the arcade version looks stupid.
Well, basically, it's more realistic because it's only one flip. He only does one flip. And this he does like 9 every time he jumps. And it's like he's like perfectly curled up in it. But it's like it's like iconic at this point.
I know, it's amazing.
The energy zone.
Is there like a downward thing in the arcade version?
What do you mean?
Like, well, you'll see in a minute what I mean. Okay, spread me that crazy easy. Well, you'll see on the map, you know, you don't see everything at first, but once you get, I think, to this point in the game, it shows how you're going like under the island. It's interesting. There's another waterfall on the other side of the snowfield that you never get to see.
Oh wow. Yep.
Why would I would I try to open that thing? There's no
So the
reason.
sea is going. So the energy zone. You're inside of another
dang it.
base right here.
Like, so this is considered another base. Okay.
Because at this point they're just like splitting up the arcade game. There was no more behind the character screen levels anyway.
So were there are 2 levels like that in the arcade version?
Yep, and then
So then
like
that makes sense. Then why like those are both like really early in the game, and then there's no more of them.
right. Exactly.
This jump is kind of like that one jump in Operation C that I don't like.
You made it though.
Okay, I hate this part up here. There's a barrier in that box, but that flame shoots out as you jump forward. Ah! And like the timing of actually getting down to that barrier is just like so hard. I rarely get past that without dying.
Oh, you were really close too.
Oh, that guy ducked to shoot. Oh wait, no, I've still got the barrier. Wow, that lasts longer than I thought. So is this this boss that I'm about to encounter, is he in the arcade version?
Is it the football player?
What you call the football player, yeah.
Yeah, there's two of them in the arcade version.
You know, that sounds familiar. I think I've seen that before. Or was that?
They're more like regular enemies, though, but
Right.
not really.
Well,
I mean, they take a lot of...
What's interesting about this guy is that doesn't play any boss music. It's just the level music just continues.
Right.
So.
Well, what I think is interesting is, like, how funny he looks when he jumps.
Yeah, like, it's such a goofy boss. But, like, he's so easy, like, for being the boss.
I never knew you could jump over him.
Like, he's the easiest boss in the game other than the, yeah, it, like, totally doesn't look like you can jump over him. It looks like it would be a hard jump, but it's like an easy jump. I don't know why. Like, I almost never hit him. Oh, and this is a different pose for this cutscene here. Like, why'd they cut
it's not
this
the
stuff
same.
out? Like, it's so weird what they cut out.
Is there a translation patch for this?
There's gotta be. And then this level reuses the level 1 music.
Did it always do that?
What do you mean?
I mean, does the US version do that too?
Yeah.
That's like kind of a good way to signify it's like the level before the last level.
Yeah.
It would be cool if it was the last level to do that. But it kind of gets you like really hyped up.
You know what I really like? Oh, by the way, this is where I recorded that that fire thing for the video. Right here, I had to draw a mask around like the 2 lowest stars to make it work. I also had to put it on a 30 frames nested timeline to because of the blinking.
Oh, really?
Well, I thought it looked alright.
Yeah, it did look really good.
These barriers, like, you gotta take this level really slow because those, like, just pop up, you know, all over the place. And I never remember exactly where they are. Like, and right there, see, there, you know, there's one that can really get you. I always feel like this red floor should hurt you, especially because it has, like, the mine carts on it. So it's like, oh, you know, I'm supposed to ride those, but it actually doesn't hurt you. There's a spread shot up here, I think, that I, like, never get. Is this it? No, that's machine gun. I'll take it, though. Oh, that's the spread. Oh, might have a chance. Yes! I almost never get spread toward the end of this level. Like, there's a really easy spread to get in the last... Like, the last level is actually pretty easy. Compared to Energy Zone and Hangar, the last level is really easy. Especially because it offers a spread fairly early on, at least in the first half. And then it's pretty easy to keep it until Red Falcon, but even though Red Falcon's not, like, hard, I tend to lose it there anyway.
Yeah. The heart is, like, way tougher in 3, I think. The Red Falcon. Falcon.
Like, I don't know, like, how... Oh! Freaking getting squirrely with my ducks, and I lost my spread. Sometimes I forget, like, what you have to do on this boss, but it's actually really easy. Like, because you don't... Like, I always, like, oh, do I have to get the guns? I don't remember if I have to get the guns. You don't. You just have to shoot that plus thing a bunch.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter that I lost the spread. Because shots are kind of more all over the place than they were when I played for footage, though. You know, I should put that playthrough that I record in our share, because it just seems like a handy thing to have some Contra footage on hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's like a 30-minute file, you know.
Like a bunch of footage on, even though I haven't like really added anything to it. But there's certain games that it's good to have.
Yeah, I use footage from Contra all the time in like RGB episodes and stuff. I keep reusing the one with the moving trees because, you know, why not?
Yeah.
All right, now look at this. Here we go. This is like so cool. Like
I'm excited to see it because you were talking about it.
I can't think of anything else on NES that looks quite like this. And why did they cut it? It's just so...
You mean just that floor moving?
Or just like the entire level practically is moving. Like later on, like the parts of the background move too. Like it's just like I can't think of anything on the NES where like everything is moving. You know, I think it's really cool looking. And the cool thing is, like, as you're shooting Red Falcon, like, it starts to, like, get faster and faster, and then it, like, slowly stops when he blows up. It's, like, really cool, I think. Oh! Uh-oh. Spread shot's coming up, I think. I think it's like the next jump or so. So look at those dangling things that move too. Okay, here's the spread.
Everything does.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Is it gonna fall? Okay, okay, it didn't fall. Whew, okay, if I didn't get that, it might have been actually hard. You gotta be careful though, because the little alien spawns, they kind of sneak up on me when they start coming out.
Why would they cut that?
I don't know.
It looks alive, you know?
It's just so cool. Like, maybe it was too disgusting for our frail American minds.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the spawn. I think they take 2 hits, which makes them a little tricky. Oh, got an extra life. That's good.
Just from a high score?
Yeah.
You get 1 extra life in the entire game from high score.
Nah, you can get several pretty easily. Ah, dang it. Okay. Gotta make it priority to get rid of the lower pods, I feel.
Like, this is directly influenced by aliens. Like, look how these aliens look.
Yeah.
It's like direct. I mean, I know that's stating the obvious.
I don't worry about the top ones. I'll just get rid of the bottom ones. See how the environment's starting to wriggle faster?
Yeah, yeah.
Heart's starting to beat a bit. Dang it. Alright, now watch it goes thump, thump, thump. Stop. That's so cool. Oh, and there's a little extra scene here. Look at this helicopter thing. Like, why'd they cut that? Like, there's absolutely no reason. Look at that. And look how the grass is
this the first time you've beaten this version?
The grass is all waving? No, I've beaten it at least... This is at least my third time playing through this one.
Oh, wow. So you actually see him getting on the helicopter and, like, getting out of there.
Yeah.
There's no pilot in there. It's just him. It's just waiting for him there.
So cool. This music's like way too happy for Contra.
Oh, it doesn't do that either, where it turns black and white and scrolls.
Does it? I don't remember.
It's been a long time.
But as you can see, even if you're not that good at Contra 1, even if you have to continue a time or two, it's totally beatable, not that hard. I mean, we're talking like a 30-minute game. You just gotta, I mean, it's memorization is what it is. It's memorization and holding on to the spread shot. And of course, the more you memorize, the more you can hold on to the spread shot. But even if you lose the spread shot for a little while, it's okay, you'll be fine. Totally beatable. Everyone should do it.
I'm gonna make it a priority. I think I can do it.
Oh yeah, I mean...
So what's next on the agenda? I know that there was some
Well, I got
for some Contra Hardcore.
I got 3 other games off the shelf, and I thought I would let people make some choices.
Okay.
I've got here Sobo's former copy of Contra Hardcore. You can tell by a little of the scratching on the top. I've got... Oops. I accidentally clicked my mouse. Got Contra 3.
Contra Hardcore is actually getting expensive. I saw, like, a place around me, Arcade Legacy, has like a complete in-box version. It's like $95.
Wow, really? Like, last
Yeah.
I was looking for it, I was hoping to pay 60 or less. And also Shattered Soldier, which is a game that probably... Oh, look, you can see, like, the reflection of the stream window in there. I think a lot of people assume this game is bad just because it's Contra on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but that was like the kind of like the return to form.
Yeah, it is. This is classic style Contra through and through. It's got, you know, the climbing on the walls, the climbing on the ceiling. It's got the speeder bikes. It's you have your weapons rather than picking them up, and you just switch through them with the shoulder buttons. But I mean, it's very much classic style gameplay. But it's hard. It's freaking hard. I beat it on the default difficulty settings, and there's like, if you play it on which is normal, then there's like hard and extra hard or whatever. And if you play it on those, then there's 2 extra levels. And I just can't even imagine, because the first difficulty is so hard.
I'm seeing a lot of people asking for the PS2 for Shattered Soldier. I'm seeing at least 2 people saying Shattered Soldier.
You know, I think hardcore.
I mean, you could do
hardcore is like
half hour of, or not.
My thing.
20 minutes of one and then 30 of the other if you want.
I'm probably a little fresher on hardcore than I am on Contra 3. So I'll just like do hardcore until I get a game over or something, and then switch to Contra 3, and then maybe if there's a little time, I'll show Shattered Soldier.
Well, I think that people were asking for Shattered Soldier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but do hardcore and then do like a little Shattered Soldier.
Okay. I think hardcore is like really good. Like, I like it more than Contra 3. I mean, this is. I only played this for the first time.
I was playing it on my PVM earlier.
Yeah,
kind of see how it looks.
Oh yeah, it's a good game. And when I was setting up the stream window, I was using this sort of as my frame for where I was going to put the window and stuff. I'd never let the music just sit, but the music is like good. Like, you know, I'm always blowing stuff up, and like it was just working my sound system good. It's just great. Let me put up the now loading screen.
I'm pretty sure they both of us have backed Bloodstained. I went for like the basic 60. I don't know. Did you go for the 100?
I did because, like, I mean, I feel kind of bad about spending that kind of money, but I also
they got what's her face to do like some art for it too.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
art.
for that tier. First thing you have to do in this game is go to. Dang it! Always hit start, and because I don't know like what to confirm on Jensen and stuff. I always gotta go for shot, jump, select. But yeah, I mean, I went for the big one because like I like to reward people for having physical soundtrack tiers.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like I've never spent that much money on a game before, but. So this one, you've got 3 characters. I don't know if that's Bill Reiser, I forget. So you've got Sheena, you've got Fang, and you've got Brownie. Brownie is really cool. He's a little smaller target. His weapons are weird though, and I never quite got used to them. I was co-oping this with Drumble, and he played Brownie and really got into him. So he was Brownie. I never really got much of a chance to get used to Brownie. Bill Reiser, I think he's got like spread shot stuff. Fang's weapons are the strongest, but they aren't like all that fun to use or easy to use, but they're strong. And he's also a big target, like a really big target.
Yeah.
Sheena's the one that I got used to. She's got her weapon B is really cool. And by the way, I'm talking about like everyone's got this weapon, that weapon. You see up there, I've got A, B, C, and D, and then the last one's for bombs. Everyone in this game has like an A weapon, a B weapon, C weapon, D weapon.
Right.
I totally lost track of myself and stupidly got hurt. Pace of this game is a little faster than what I've been playing this evening, so I'm like, whoa right now. Okay.
So somebody in the chat just said something about the credits clan for Bloodstained. I don't remember. I don't know about what it is, but I know like it's different. Like YouTube people got like their clans or something. I don't really know too much about like how you join it. I didn't even think it was a thing you could join right now.
So this is basically the reason I like Sheena so much, because she's got a weapon that's essentially
a spread shot,
laser spread homing. Like it's all the best things in one. Like holy crap.
Looks like it's on fast forward.
Like it's crazy.
Because we're so used to the other one, but
okay, so this building falls down. And there's only one way to get up it. You have to slide up it. That's not actually how you have to get up it, but that's how you have to get up it. So I always, on this boss, if you just shoot straight up, like as long as you've got like a weapon of slight power, you'll kill him before he can ever hit you in the center. So I just basically line myself up with the Samsung underneath my TV. and you're good to go. It's kind of a shame too, because he's a cool-looking boss, so you don't really get to see him. He just does this cool little jig, and then he's dead. But it's cool that like you can hold all these different weapons, and then they don't override. So I've got all my weapons now. You've got this angled bomb thing, which I think is fairly powerful, but then you got a laser, which I think is also fairly powerful, but like you can just you just hold, shoot on this thing, and not even really, and just concentrate on dodging. So I just use that most of the time, unless I'm trying to like protect it, you know.
Mm-hmm. So everybody has different weapons.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think there might be some overlap. Have you beaten this?
No. I've barely even played it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm know that it's like, I'm not like, I enjoy my Contra, but I'm like not very, I've not finished a good majority of them.
You've done Contra 4 though, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Contra
that's...
4, I've beaten Contra 3, Super C, the first one, but I haven't beat this one, Shattered Soldier, like, which I have, but...
I mean, Contra 4 is... Contra 4 is one of the hardest, so, like, I mean, you're already... Dang it.
So, Contra, oh, you have to be $100 donor if your name will be in one of your clans. Alright. Well, maybe I'll switch to the $100 tier. I don't know. Okay.
Wait, what about a YouTube thing? I'm confused.
Yeah. Apparently, if there's like different YouTubers who are like promoting it or like made videos about it, like have like a clan you can join, and then your name will be in the credits as part of that clan. So you can choose, and obviously like there's a GameStack one. I think that's one we'd both choose. At least that's one I would.
But we can't be like our own YouTube clan because we didn't.
No. These are like built into the game. These are like, it's just like a kind of a fun little, I think.
The Air Police. You guys sure have good timing. I love that. The Air Police.
Yeah, maybe I'll switch to the $100. I mean, I might as well just do it. It's only $40 difference.
Dang it. What I'd like to accomplish is getting to the joke ending. I don't think I could actually get the joke ending, but certainly not cold. But I'd like to at least get to the fight, just for something.
Sure. When does the Bloodstained end? It's like Thursday, right?
Oh, is it that soon?
Yeah, it's really soon.
How long has it been up?
It's a month, obviously. I think it's higher than whatchamacallit is now, than Ukulele.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, they just announced like a Vita here, where they're releasing a physical Vita version.
Whoa, wow.
I wonder, like, I really hope that like we'll get a physical reward of like at least like the PS4 version for Mighty Number 9. I'm kind of annoyed that nothing has happened with that, because like I went for the physical, like the flash drive version. But now that there's like a physical PS4 version coming out, like that's what I want, obviously.
Right.
Like, if I could cancel it and then just get that, because I don't care about like any of this other stuff. Oh, I don't think Ukulele is going to be physical. It definitely is.
It's not yet, but I bet it could be.
It could be, yeah. I bet you they get a lot of people on board if they just have to do it physically. And, you know, like, it's Fangamer that's doing it, because they obviously have some sort of connection with, like, making discs like the way, like they did with Retro City Rampage. Like, they obviously have a way to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, you know, like, knowing that there's, like, a possibility for this stuff to happen, like, Like,
I
I wish
hope that
that like,
becomes,
everybody
like,
would just do it.
Yeah, I hope it's like practically standard going forward.
Yeah, just like make it like a limited edition. Like take the money before, like in the planning stages or something,
Right.
and then
like
only make that many. And,
it sounds like Sony's like really receptive to that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm definitely encouraged.
I mean, like I would love a physical Shovel Knight so bad.
Hold on, I just remembered. There's. How do you do it? How do you switch between shot 1 and shot 2? I just remember that's a thing. Because you can stop, and I just remember that because that's how I fight this boss.
Mm-hmm.
Now I forget what button you push to do it. I mean, there's not too many options here, but I'm trying to think. There's like a certain combination. Like shot 2 means you stand still. Like so instead of it being like shoulder buttons on Super Nintendo, you like do something. You're switching between modes. How do you do it? Oh shoot! Is it holding shoot and then weapon switch?
You're asking the wrong guy.
There it is. Okay. This boss is kind of weird because, like, there have been times where I've just stood here and it's been like totally okay. And other times where it's not.
That is like crazy colors when you hit them.
Alright, got it.
It's pretty impressive what they did with this, with like how much rotation is in there.
Yeah. Like, I was surprised, like, after I played it, that I discovered that, like, the guys who started Treasure were already gone.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
like, this game
surprised me.
it really seems like it has that Treasure-like signature.
But in a lot of ways, this was kind of like their response to Gunstar Heroes.
Yeah, I mean, it totally feels like Treasure. Like, there's got
They were inspired by, like,
I mean, same with Rocket Knight. Like, they just totally feel like Treasure games.
yeah. Yeah, Rocket Knight, I think, is one of the most surprising. Like, there's got to be some team members on that went to Treasure.
Or, like, people who made the games of, like, they must have had like similar mentalities and worked with the people who created the games that kind of spawned Treasure.
Yeah.
Or for the people that spawned Treasure. I like how you look when you're crouched on a hill. It just looks cool.
Oh, is like her legs like on an angle, kind of?
Yeah.
The first game I ever saw that did something like that was the arcade version, Strider, where like the character actually like stands and bends their legs depending on like the.
Oh shoot! I always screw up with the bombs. Okay, this is gonna be tricky because I don't entirely remember, and I just remember
He just wasted that bomb.
I know. Oh.
Did you die?
Yeah, got game over. I really want to try to get to the joke ending. Or not, maybe not get to it, but I got so used to playing co-op that, like, some of my strategies don't really apply anymore. I mean, I started off playing solo, but then me and Drum, like, finished co-op. He got way more into this game than I thought he would. Like, he was like, this might be my favorite Contra game now. Which I did not really expect, like, I mean, like, this is a game that I was always never really sure, like, it was like my holy grail for so long because It was not
It
on
makes
Virtual
no
Console.
sense that they never released this on Virtual Console. Same with Bloodlines. Like,
Yeah.
it makes no sense
That
at all.
Bloodlines and Rocket Knight Adventures, like in my opinion, practically the 3 best Genesis games. Bloodlines maybe not, but I mean, Bloodlines is definitely the least good of that bunch, but dang it, I always just forget what to do here. Like, I used to have this guy down, but... Whew. He's hard to hit with the laser, too. Dang it. Uh-oh. This isn't going good. If I can get past him, I can probably at least get to the joke bosses. Alright, we beat him.
Do you have any interest in trying the second Rocket Knight?
I do.
Yeah.
I want to try both the Genesis one and the so you just climb up that wall before the boss. I want to play both the Genesis one and the Super Nintendo one. Say what?
Oh wow, I have no idea. How did you find that by accident?
No, but this was a MagFest challenge one year actually, but it didn't show you how you get to it because it's the save state is at the 5. So there were just like really weird enemies, and it plays Castlevania music. And I beat this thing one time, and it was co-op, and I don't really remember what to do. Oh, well, I've got a bunch of continues. I wonder if we can make it happen. I don't think there's any opportunities to get weapons, though. I just, like, never really learned these bosses. It's got, like, some techno circus version of Vampire Killer as the music. Can you hear the music at all?
Very little. That's okay, I'll watch it later.
He throws a fish and blows up in a bunch of fish.
So if you beat this part, you get an ending.
Yeah.
Correct? That's like... That's so random. That it's like even in this, you know?
But like, what modern game would, you know, let you do something like this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I read a really interesting thing about, like, why game designers like the Dark Souls games so much.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most interesting points that I read was that game developers are so afraid of you not seeing some part of the game that they, you know, spent time to make. And so you know, in a playthrough of the game, you're pretty much going to see what it has to offer. But
right.
Dark Souls, like, apparently Bloodborne, even to a greater extent, like, there are huge, intricately designed places of the game that you can totally miss.
That's so cool. That it makes people want to replay it.
Right. Like, it's amazing what kind of stuff is there. Like, big, like, bosses and... Like,
That's
all
impressive.
all
That,
kinds
I
of
can
stuff.
see. I can see that being a...
Man, I don't really have a strategy for this guy. Well, I guess I
Is
should
he
get
the
rid of
last
that
one?
gun. No, I think there's 3. I guess I should get rid of that gun.
That's right. You can always play Shattered Soldier. We have a half hour left, so it'd be like
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about Shattered Soldier is that it has 4 levels that you can just choose from the get-go. You have to beat them all to open the 5th level, but you have, if you're playing a harder difficulty, then you have to also beat to get to the 6th level and then the 7th level. Like, from what I've seen of, like, I think it's the 7th level, like, I watched a little bit of a video on YouTube, it looks nuts. Oh, man, this is going to be really hard.
Maybe that's something you should do, is go for a complete on that.
Oh, that would be a game journey for sure, yeah.
Yeah. That might be fun.
This is really hard.
But you beat it on co-op, right?
I did beat co-op. I'm pretty sure I was the lesser contributor in that effort. We did it twice, too, because in the ending, you could see, like, the characters that finished it, and Brownie was there and Sheena wasn't there. So we beat it again just because we wanted to see Sheena there. It seemed kind of sad without her. Aw, oh, dang it. I mean, this is definitely one of the harder Contra games, but it's, like, really good.
You gotta make a lot of use of the slide in this, I guess, right? In the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good. I mean, it's not like something you have to use extensively, but...
It's too bad we'll never get a Contra 5.
Yeah.
I mean, Contra 4 was the last one, wasn't it?
Rebirth came after.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did you know that I think that all the Rebirth games were by M2? The people that are known for doing
yeah,
like
which is weird because they're like, I don't think they're like 240p or anything cool like that.
Right, but I mean,
they're like weird looking
like,
games.
They're pretty much just like the best people to do emulation at this point.
Right.
And I think that's like 99% of the stuff that they're going to get hired for going forward is going to be that. I think they like that more too.
I mean, they do better at it for sure. I mean, Contra Rebirth is not a bad game, but it's a weird game.
Let's see some Shattered Soldier. Sorry, my chair is like...
I have completed this.
Shattered Soldier?
No, hardcore.
Oh, okay. And the hardest... I don't think there's any difficulty
No, there's no difficulty modes. There's like a bunch of paths, which is really cool. But Drum was like just so addicted to it, like every time he came over, he just wanted to play it. It was when Drum and Lou were kind of in process of moving to this area, so we just played a lot of hardcore when they were staying here.
Right.
Forgetting to put up my...
So Uprising is a prequel to this. I don't really understand how it could be a prequel.
Because the bad guy is one of the main characters that you can play as. Colonel Bahamut.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer, then. Almost Metal Gear-esque. Did you know that, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just away from my mic.
As far as I remember, because I was working retail at the time, when the day that Shattered Soldier came out, I got it.
Really?
Yeah. And Konami also released another game that day.
Oh?
Yeah. Which was Ys 6.
Really?
Yep.
That is interesting.
I remember because Ys came out and it was like at the time, it was like, wait, they're still making these? And one of them just came out. There's like, I had no idea.
Huh.
If I could go back in time, I definitely would have bought it though.
Sorry, I'm screwing with the frame master here.
You're just changing your...
Yeah, well, I've got a profile for PS2, but
right. That's weird. It's like
I'm not too sure if I like it that much.
Oh, really? I haven't messed with it yet.
Yeah, I need to fiddle with it. Well, it's small. Like, it doesn't fill the screen enough.
Even if you put it on zoom, it doesn't?
Well, no, you can zoom it, but I would have to fiddle with it.
Oh, I see.
Now, this game you can play as Bill Reiser or Lucina. Or is it Lucina? I think it's just it's Lucia.
Lucia is like is a way to do it, but you know that there's a one of the main characters in Lunar 2 has name spelled the same way, but they call her Lucia.
Huh. Interesting.
So for the longest time, that's how I thought you said it.
Maybe you do.
Maybe. So there's no Lance in this then?
He's the bad guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think so. If memory serves, like, you fight him
the
in
red
level
guy
5.
is the bad guy?
He's like, I want to say he's like wearing like a general uniform or something in the end.
The head of the terrorist organization shrouded in mystery.
If I'm remembering right, yeah. Let's see. There want to be Bill or Lucia?
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It looks like this.
I don't think it's really like getting. I don't think they have different weapons. If I remember, I think they're exactly the same. Charge. I don't remember that. Am I seeing the stream flicker out of the corner of my eye or something?
It kind of moved for a second, but I think it's alright.
That's
It
weird.
just did it once.
Because it didn't do that on my
Oh, it
TV.
just did it again.
Weird. So, like, the train level is like a speeder bike level. Seabed, I think you're like flying or something, baby?
Yeah.
I forget. Like, but both of those levels, like, you get on foot later on. But, like, Fortress and City, like, start off pretty much like traditional levels.
Alright, well, whatever one is. I think you should just do the first one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish a level, I'll tell you that. This game is really
It's been a long time.
Well, yeah, that, and I mean, it's just really hard. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago I beat it, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up a second. Oops, not standard. There was all kind of interlacing there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There you go. I didn't there. You had on standard.
Oh, oops. Wait.
You don't have your remote memorized.
Oh,
Forgot
no,
that you use your.
I use my universal, so I don't have all that. I need to remap some things. Wait a second. Natural should do the de-interlacing, right? Isn't that what I put it on?
No, it should be natural, yeah.
But it looked like it was still.
You're gonna see a little bit of
I
it.
guess I hit picture on accident.
You're always gonna see like a little bit of it
Yeah.
during certain
Wow, that's,
things. Like I would see
really
it
loud.
in Gradius 5 when I die.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always perfect 100% of the time, but especially in, like, faster-paced games.
So to get access to, like, the special levels, don't you have to get like 100% hit rate or something like that?
I hope not.
But I mean, the hit rate just shows how much many enemies you killed in the level. At all. What's going on? Just pausing it and looking at it and doing something. Are you still there?
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm just concentrating.
It's like really like. Does that sound like crazy loud on the stream? I'm trying to adjust it.
I can't hear it. I have it muted.
Yeah, I know, but like. So this boss, mini boss, is in is a mid boss in Super C, like 3rd level, I think. Also, I guess there's no roll in this game.
This game is like really gray.
Yeah, it was like of that era, you know. Like people talk about. Dang, I don't remember what I'm doing at all. Like people still do the, you know, modern games with no color thing, but honestly, like ever since Uncharted, like way back in what was that, 07? Like colorful games have kind of been in again, you know, like for a long time.
Was Uncharted 07? I thought it was 2008. Uncharted was before Metal Gear Solid 4, I think, though, wasn't it? 2007 it was. That's crazy. I'm pretty excited about those re-releases.
Yeah, me too. I wish that Golden Abyss was in it, but that's okay.
I know.
The funny thing is, I see myself like replaying. I see myself replaying 1 and 2 like right away, and then like not really playing 4 for a while or 3 for a while.
Yeah, I really just want to replay the second one.
Like I really want to replay 1 just because I don't think I've replayed it since before 3.
That makes sense. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 was 2015. It was like June 2008. It's really interesting. I always remember that because I think I have like a fun story of like how I ended up. I didn't have enough money at the time to get it. Because I didn't have a PS3 either at the time. And because I was getting married like later on, like in September and everything, and my friends and I went to Atlantic City for my bachelor party, and I was there for 2 hours and I won $700 on a slot machine.
What are the chances of that happening?
And I'm like, I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna buy a 80 gig PS3 with Metal Gear Solid.
Wow. How does that even happen?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like, I can't believe that's actually a thing that someone I know, like, beat the system. Like, how much money did you put into it?
Like $4.
Really?
Yeah.
So I had no idea you'd done that. That's hilarious. Yep. Like, that needs to be a My Life in Gaming episode.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not much to it, like, after that, you know, like, I got the game. And
yeah, but, like, I had no idea you're, like, getting a PS4 or PS3 story was, like, so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Metal Gear was already out. This is, like, I want to say it was, like, June 23rd or something like that.
Like, had it just come out?
Yeah, and I really wanted to play it, but I'd only been at my job at the time, at my staff job, for like a little bit of time, and I was kind of still catching up and stuff. And, you know, like, obviously, like, I wanted to save my money to go to Atlantic City. I'd never been to Atlantic City before. We went for a weekend. and it was like the first machine I sat down on. The thing is, I thought I was sitting at like a quarter machine, and it turned out that I was like on a dollar machine. I put like a $20 bill in and like did like bet max amount like 2 times. And it was like $3, and then for each one, and then I won. It was like $720.
Like right away, or were you sitting at it for a while?
No, it was like within like 5 minutes.
That is like an amazing story.
Yeah, it's pretty silly, but it's fun. I mean, and the thing is like the 80 gig system was really hard to find.
Oh, with Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I picked up like the last one that was in my Best Buy, and like because they had just announced that they were discontinuing PS2 backwards compatibility.
Right, and it went really quick, and
so like that was a big factor in why I got the system when I did.
Right, and that's why I wanted it too, because like I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get a backwards compatible system, which in retrospect now it like doesn't even matter.
Right, like it's kind of like, in fact, I've upgraded to a system that's not as likely to die. you know, because the backwards compatibility is not that good. But at the time, it seemed like it really mattered. But now it's like original hardware all the way. You know.
Right. But I mean, it was good to. It's like very good to have.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, like I've never played PS2 games on like an original PS3. Like where it actually had like
the 60 gig,
the Emotion Engine or whatever in it, you know?
Yeah, I've never used it either.
Like, but I'd be really curious to see like how well it works, like, and I wonder if it can like output like non-internally scaled video or anything like that.
I'd like to, yeah, I mean, I'd be really interested in seeing what it's like. I mean, I've seen some that are like, it's not as like highly sought after as it was for a while there. I mean, I've seen them for like sub $100, but a lot of times I think that that's just because it's like on the verge of dying or it's something.
Mm. Oh wow! Look, oh okay. I was gonna say, look how slowly you.
So did you not kill that boss? Like it eventually just like...
I think if I remember right, it's the boss of this level.
Okay.
Like it gets away, you know. I hate how like close to the screen, top of the screen you are with these things that carry you away.
Right.
So I have this freaking long HDMI to DVI cable running all the way around my room to this monitor, and I think it's coupled at some point, and like every once in a while it blinks green, but like my monitor is just like constantly green right now, so I keep like jiggling this cable. I don't know why it's happening. I'm probably going to get a new cable eventually.
I just got one of those little HDMI to DVI like adapters.
Oh, that's right. It's the Contra 3 boss. Forgot about this.
Wait, the robot?
No.
Oh, that's right.
I totally forgot about
turtle.
this.
Level 1, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this too. I remember now, but it's like a secret to that boss that you never knew.
Oh,
It's got
that's
face
like really
on its butt.
creepy.
Yeah.
That is super creepy.
It's like really gross. It's got bugs coming out of its nose.
It's vomiting on you. can't believe I never told you that PS3 story.
Yeah, you never know.
It's like the only time I like ever. I've won something like one other time. I used all my luck up.
Like, you know what though? Like, I bet there's like a lot of people with like a gambling, like, I got a video game console story.
Yeah, probably.
Like, 'cause I think like a lot of people, like, when they actually do something like that, you know, they have like a plan of getting something cool with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting, like, how excited for the potential you can be to, like, being completely depressed about it. How fast it happens.
So I'm actually, like, really impressed that I actually beat a level in this game.
Yeah.
There's definitely not time for another, so should I, A, play a little Contra 3, or B, Contra Rebirth?
Contra Rebirth.
Since that's a little more
I mean,
unusual.
everyone's kind of seen Contra 3. Like, it's one of those...
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is you put it on the, oh look, there's a cutscene. You put it on the banner.
Oh, right, I did.
But,
Just because
we just saw the boss that you showed in the banner, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just so happens my gamepad's next to me, but not like I can actually use that to play the game. Uh-oh, look at this. Look at these spoilers that are about to happen. Bill Reiser, I didn't think that the Triumvirate was so desperate to send you in, pathetic old fools.
It's like...
Oh, locked up so long that he doesn't even
half-butt
recognize me. Lance. Gray Fox. But that's not possible. I saw you die. No, that's right.
Oh, okay. That's like... When did he die, I wonder?
Oh,
From that one alien war.
you know, one of them. The funny thing about Contra Rebirth is that it actually is 4:3 perspective, so like my stream window is fine.
Oh, cool. Yes, I have it, but it's I haven't played it since it came out.
It has infinite continues.
Yeah, so it's like it's pretty easy to beat, right? As you can see, I've returned from the dead.
It's kind of not, actually.
There's been so many alien wars that they're just kind of like, oh, that one alien war. It's like not even a big deal.
Yeah.
You mean that one time where
Whoa,
I
look
completely
at that
destroyed
zoom.
the alien army single-handedly? I mean, 5 of those times?
Let's get that zoom off.
Whoa.
But kids, remember, you might want to think twice before you transfer all of your Wii stuff to the Wii U.
Yep.
As we said in RGB 102, but you know, it's the Wii U only came out a few years ago, but like didn't know any better. I don't think Contra Rebirth is 240p though.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, it's very smudgy looking. All the Rebirth games are. I haven't played Gradius Rebirth, but like all the Rebirth games are. It's probably on the SD card.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about it now, but if I could go back in time...
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could rebuy a few, like, important things, but...
Yeah. But I have, like, so many Virtual Console games that I'll barely ever touch now. There it is.
It's such weird music.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like Genesis-ish,
Yeah.
but not quite. It's super weird. And these cutscenes are weird. Like, I love how, like, they're fading between his eyes opening and his eyes looking around. Like, they're just using crossfades. Oh, I forgot there was voice. Contra.
Look at that neck.
Yeah. And so then this little tiny robot that looks like a little girl, like, I think that's supposed to be Brownie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I think the character's name in the game is Brownie, or like something like that. We got Contra. The aliens got nothing on us. Count on you, Contra.
Chief Salamander. I wonder if that's kind of... Is Salamander from another game?
I think
because
so.
That's like a...
but I'm drawing a blank.
That's like a Gradius. I was thinking maybe that's like a crossover with Gradius.
Contra, year 2633. We're in the Contra era. Chief Salamander's Neo Salamander Force travels back to 1973. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
Contra year. It's like...
Oh, aren't they trying to, like, combine, like, the U.S. story and the Japanese story here, I think? Because, like, the U.S. story is supposed to be... Oh, I don't even have access to Brownie. I thought I did. So I don't know who, like, Yagyu is. But then you got this lizard dude. I don't know who he is. Pliskin. Let's be him.
Yeah.
Let's attack
Snake
aggressively.
Pliskin.
Look at that lizard spin.
So there's no lance in this
Oh,
either.
whoa, this is weird. Is this like a character thing? He does, like, he has shot type 2. Is this a character thing? Like, do I have control over whether this guy... Like, I just played his build when I played the game before, but, like, I can't move and shoot. Yeah, it has infinite continues, but it's not necessarily, like, easy. I don't know how you switch. What? I have no idea what button, like, switches weapons. Like, A and B, like, I'm just using the Wii remote. Maybe if I was
Maybe
using
it's the B or the minus.
Oh. Like, nothing. Maybe because I don't got another?
Not even A?
No, nothing's doing it. Like, it might be a combination that I'm not figuring out. Weird. He says in this, like, super robotic tin can sounding voice, let's attack aggressively. Like, this game is pretty hard. It has infinite continues, which... Oh! Whoa, weird! When I shook the controller, it changed weapons. It's waggle to change weapons. So let's play as Bill.
Let's party!
Are you using your Zelda?
Oh, he says let's party, which is what, Oh, weird! He doesn't... What the heck? This is so weird. Yeah, this is my Skyward Sword remote. It's my main... Okay, what's the deal with the controls here? Fix. No. What? This game is weird, man. I don't feel like getting my Wii remote. It's all over my classic controller. Especially since it's
GameCube
like
controller on it.
Oh, cool. Guess I could use my Coury pad. Whatever.
Let's
I'll
party!
just play a little bit. This is weird though. Like, I guess I play with the classic controller, but I don't understand why the default wouldn't just be like Contra 1 style.
Yeah. So you're on a space station, right?
Yeah.
Why is there the helicopter outside? Is it a space helicopter?
Okay, if anyone actually cares about spoilers for this game, stop listening now. But the end of the game, is Lance comes and saves you. The final boss is on the moon, and you're just like fighting him on the surface of the moon, and then Lance comes down in a helicopter on the moon and saves you.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this like is a different storyline.
Like, this game does not take itself seriously. Or at least I don't. And there's like this whole like subplot where Lance is like they're like Lance is fighting elsewhere. Lance is fighting too. He's dressed up as a woman fighting the aliens in a city far away. It's just like for no apparent reason. It's just oh, by the way, Lance is dressed like a woman. And so like Lance comes out of the helicopter and he's like wearing a dress. There's no reason for it. It's just like
We're just gonna do it.
yeah, they're just like, oh, by the way. It's weird. Like they don't really have a reason for it. It's just like just a thing, just happening. Whatever.
A little bit of character development.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Lance died on the way back from the moon to the Earth, for all we know, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so Gradius Rebirth has like a crazy plot too, I guess. That's interesting. But Castlevania, like the Adventure Rebirth, was just like a remake of the Game Boy game.
Sort of, but it's like,
But it was totally different.
The level design is like completely different. I don't even know if the bosses. I mean, I haven't played much of Adventure on Game Boy.
The animation's really good in this.
I mean, it's weird. Like, it's kind of strange and blurry looking.
Oh, this is the part where you're like riding this thing down to the surface, right?
Oh yeah, this is kind of like the final battle in Hardcore Uprising. I guess I could have played a little of that too. Too late now, but oh man. Well, let me continue there or not? I forget. Like, I think every level has like a midpoint or something. Oh, okay, so it's like that boss. Let's see if I can beat this boss. I'll give him one more try.
Okay.
But like Contra, like Hardcore Rebirth is, or excuse me, Hardcore Uprising, like really good game. Like it's weird because like I didn't hear like all that good of things about it until we played it, and then I'm like, wow, this game's like really good, you know? Like it plays a little differently from other Contra games, but it definitely carries the same spirit.
Yeah. It's really good. I would love a physical copy of that.
Oh yeah. Isn't that the name of one of the weird Contra games, Contra Spirits? Actually, I think that might be the Japanese game of one.
Yeah.
Of them. Like, might have been the Japanese name of
3.
Operation C, maybe. Oh no, I think you're right. I think it is 3. Remember when we beat Hardcore Uprising and you didn't get the trophy because, like, some stupid reason?
Because I died on the last boss.
Yeah, well, you died, like, between the explosion.
Yeah. He was already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you have to make a jump or something like that.
Yeah, but I think it, like, there was... Like, I think it was maybe before the jump you died? I don't know. It's stupid they didn't give you the trophy, though.
I was able to get it, though. I remember I just, like, played through the whole game.
Oh, did you? I didn't know you went back and got it. Or I knew, I forgot.
I, like, leveled up, like, the main character. a bunch.
So here's
I think there's like some
Here's a little brownie.
thing, like a way to like max out your money or something that I found.
Brownie 2 is a Contra.
Oh wow, okay. But it's a IE instead of a Y.
There's roll. Oh, I remember this part's funny. This is funny. She just says it forever.
Oh, it is roll.
Yeah. You can't hear it, but she's just saying thank you, thank you, thank you over and over again. Like, she's going, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And that
So
background
good.
is like the beginning of Contra 3.
Yeah, and the music is the first level of Contra 3, too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there's some good old-fashioned Contra games. Oh yeah, I forgot this waggle to change weapons. Look at that. That's so weird.
Well, cool. This is
So
like
yeah, I mean one of my favorite series. I'm glad I finally played the Game Boy game.
I'm sure it's not the last you'll see in Contra on our channel.
Oh yeah, I'm a big,
You should do a video on this. Like, I don't think there's anything on this out there.
I don't know what I do with it. Like,
It might be fun to do like all 3 rebirths.
yeah, that'd be
Video.
interesting. Like, I really don't have any Gradius experience to speak of. Like, I played Life Force, but that's it.
Yeah.
So, such weird games, though. But, like, I want to say that, I mean, so apparently Gradius has a really weird story, but Adventure Rebirth, like, plays itself pretty straight as far as I remember. In fact, I was playing it not that long ago on a stream. But,
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. Like, I played through it when it came out, and that's it. Can't remember anything.
but anyway, as Roll here is saying, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you for watching.
Yep, thanks for coming by, everybody.
Maybe we'll see you. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with next week's stream because
I'm working on it. Like, we're gonna see if we can. We're gonna see what we can do in terms of.
I mean,
but-
it's not. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that's the weekend of the Backloggery Marathon.
Oh right, okay.
So my sleep schedule is going to be destroyed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the people that don't know that are here, do you want to tell them about it? Like, they might not.
Okay,
know
so
about-
well, I'm. Me and Coury met on the Backloggery. I'm one of the co-founders of the Backloggery, and me and the Backloggery staff get together once or twice a year to do a to do a marathon stream fundraiser. Typically, we do a site fundraiser in the summer and do a charity marathon sometime later in the year. But we didn't get around to doing the charity one last year. We just never found the right time for it. So to keep ourselves honest, even though it's the summer, we're doing our charity marathon next, which is this coming weekend, this Saturday on backloggery.com. And we are going to... I'm going to be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I've never played it. I am not a Sonic fan in the first place, which kind of leads me to think that I might kind of like this game. So anyway, so I'm going to be playing that. Drum and Lynn are going to just be playing various retro games. Games that they actually want to be playing.
Are you alternating, or are you dual streaming?
No, we're dual streaming. We're going to have 2 stream windows.
Are you going to both be at your house?
Yeah, it's going to be at my place.
So you're just going to set up 2 TVs?
Right. I mean, originally I was going to say that they could play on the CRT, but they want to use, I think they want to use the Retron.
So they have to bring another monitor.
So I'm going to have to bring my small TV down here, but it won't be a big deal. But anyway,
there's a prize pool for people to donate.
Prize pool. You donate, you pretty good chances of winning prizes. You know, we just run prizes whenever we feel like it. Little prize roulette. Typically, we do it like on the hour or something. But it's going to be. I mean, your hours are going to be unlocked as we play. But and I'm not sure exactly what the formula is this year. But I mean, typically these things go in the ballpark of 24 hours plus. I'm not sure exactly when we're starting, maybe noon, but we were talking that might be too late, but I don't know. But yeah, we don't use Twitch anymore on the Backlogger. We use Hitbox, but that doesn't matter anyway because it's just embedded in the page. If you want to use the chat, just be a Backloggery member so your username goes into the chat room. But yeah, we stream on the Backloggery every Monday night, 7 Eastern to 11 o'clock. But the marathon we're doing this Saturday. It'll go into the early hours, maybe into the afternoon of Sunday. But typically,
are you doing one of the things like you did last time, where every amount like extends it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, based on what we've earned in the past, I mean, we're expecting to go in the ballpark of 24 hours plus. Well, we don't. We use Hitbox because, for one, we like the lower delay. I mean, when Twitch released all those rules last summer, like I don't even really remember all of the grievances we had with it, but they get rid of the stream delay. I mean, Hitbox, like the stream delay is like 5 seconds thereabouts, maybe. Like it's so much more satisfying to watch, especially if you're Skyping in on a stream. And two, the thing is, the Twitch audience doesn't really matter on the Backloggery, but just the wider reach, because we just embed it on the site and we use our own chat room. So we just need a streaming service. So Hitbox works well for us in that regard. But yeah, so I mean, those are always fun. Lots of prizes to go around. Backloggery members like submit prizes that they're giving away and stuff.
And it will
like
be
that.
the only place outside of Too Many Games that you'll be able to get. You could win. There's up for in the prize pool is one of the copies of the How to Beat VHS tapes.
That's right. It's
the only place outside of Too Many Games you could get one right now.
Very exciting. Those are always fun times. The marathon streams. Sometimes we play games that make us miserable, but it's still fun. And we're doing some stupid thing with food. There's going to be a food roulette, and so we're going to get some weird combinations of food. That when people donate a certain amount, they can run the food roulette. It's good. We have a Sonic theme to the widget this year. So it's going to be called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Meal Machine, the meal roulette. So we might get like pizza with jelly and sprinkles on top or something like that. So it's going to be interesting. But anyway, definitely come see us on the Backloggery and donate and whatnot. And so yeah, that'd be fun. But anyway, my point is, I'm not going to be in a very good state
right.
at 9 o'clock next Sunday.
Well, depending on what the situation is going to be like. I mean, the upcoming episode, it could be a stream or it can't be.
Right. I mean, we want to keep it up. I mean, it'd be a shame to skip out a week so soon after we've started the streams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the intention is to. For those of you watching, I think it's kind of safe to say that we are attempting to do weekly releases at this point. We're trying to release every Friday at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes we might miss one because, it depends on if the episode just takes longer or something like that. It's hard to say.
Right.
And then we're going to be doing this every Sunday night for, a couple hours so that we can play and talk about the games from that episode.
Mm-hmm. But
and,
the upcoming episode is kind of vague what we would play anyway. But
But if there could be another spin on it,
yeah,
if that works out, that
yeah. I mean,
it wouldn't be games, but it would be something that might
Yeah.
be of interest to you if you follow our RGB series.
right. But as for whether I will be able to attend, I don't know
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
if it comes down to it, I'll see if I can do it myself.
Yeah. So I mean, I would hate to miss it, but yeah, typically after like staying up that long, instead of going to bed like after the marathon is over, I try to like stay up till like 7 o'clock or something, and then just like sleep 12 hours.
Yeah, well, are you taking off that?
Yeah, I'm taking off well, it's actually a really cool time because I always try to take off like the days. I always try to weasel out of work for the days of the E3 press conferences.
Right.
So.
Oh, and that's Monday, too.
So I get Monday and Tuesday as recovery days plus E3 days, so it's going to be very exciting.
Right. That's a kind of a nice combination there.
Yeah, so, yeah, we actually kind of planned that because, well, and plus, you know, we knew Drum and Lim wanted to do it in June, and I was like, well, we're going to too many games, so don't forget that. So we just decided that this weekend would work best. Why not do it the weekend before E3? And that way I wouldn't have to like take extra time off or not get my marathon recovery day, which I would very much like.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can. We'll see about Sunday. Like, I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if we can get something a little different, which actually like wouldn't be. I mean, if you're awake at that time, you might still be awake. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
might try to be, but I'll just be like, tell me.
Yeah. And you're not a coffee drinker either, so it's not even
Well, I mean, even like in extreme situations, I try caffeine, and I really don't think it does anything to me. Like, I've tried a Monster drink a few times, and that might do something, but I think it's the sugar, not the caffeine. So I don't know. Caffeine is just kind of like, I don't feel any different. But I don't know. I mean, I don't do like Mountain Dew.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's not a game-focused episode for this next one. So.
Well, I mean, it's about games, but spoilers, it's an RGB episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So,
I think that.
so I mean, there's not a specific game to play. So,
In our dream world, if we're like releasing every week on Friday, then the thing that we're trying to do is an RGB episode every third episode.
Right.
And that, like, because there's two of us on the channel, allows us to kind of stagger it, and then it gives us each 2 weeks to make an episode.
right.
And still be releasing every week. And, you know, we would have an RGB episode every third one, but it would also be every 6th episode ourselves would be doing an RGB episode.
Right.
So it gives us a break from them because they're a ton of work, but we'd still be able to keep them coming out
Right.
regularly.
No, we don't come over to each other's house to record because we live like what?
Like 9 hours apart.
9 hours apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though Coury has come here to shoot something one time, but it's not practical on a regular basis. But we're gonna try like at least shoot something while we're at Too Many Games. But yeah, there's a reason that we don't like appear at the same time in the RGB episodes like GameSack does. So.
Yeah, I mean, we can't, like, we just, for all intents and purposes, like, our episodes are pretty much, like, self-contained. Like, we'll appear occasionally in each other's episodes, or if we have something.
Right.
But, like, the RGB episodes, we appear, like, both in it every time, except for if it doesn't make sense, or if we don't have any real knowledge of that one.
Right. Right, like Sega Master System, I've never played a Sega Master System. I've played Phantasy Star on the Virtual Console, and that's it. So, so I didn't really have anything to say about that one. This next episode is something that I know a little about, but not a whole lot. But we both wrote ourselves into the script, just because it made sense. I'm working on another RGB episode I don't know exactly when it will release, but I've started a little bit of work for it. It probably won't be the next RGB episode I do. It'll probably be a few in the future, but I for some special reason, I had to do a little work on ahead of time. But that's a system that Coury doesn't know anything about. So that'll just be me. But
And it's more of a extra episode that wasn't really planned.
it wasn't planned at all, so I'm really not sure where it's going to fit in, but it just kind of came about. So I'm hoping that turns out well. But it'll be a topic of interest to some people. But anyway, this upcoming episode is not going to be a console-specific episode. It's just going to be a 300 series video on another topic in RGB that is of some interest. I'm really glad once the script came together. I think it's going to be actually a really good episode. I was worried how we were going to make it come together because I just didn't have much of an idea. But then Coury knew what he was talking about when we got a really good script nailed down for it. So
Yeah. It was definitely a hard script to write.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see what happens. Like, I mean, it's only, like, I've only begun to, like, edit it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the reason the RGB episodes take so much to do is because there's just so much B-roll to shoot.
And two, I always try to represent, like, a wide variety of games in them, which might not be so much of a problem in the episode you're working on. But
yeah, I mean, I have some like actual direct feed footage that I'm going to use for the one I'm working on now.
Right. B-roll, it's so funny because, like, as video makers, we throw around terms like B-roll, like that's just such an everyday word for us. That's like,
Right.
we just throw that around, but like it's not something that everyone knows what it is. And that B-roll is just like additional footage that you shoot for your video. Like if someone's shooting a news story, you shoot. You might shoot a stand-up of the reporter. You might shoot an interview. That's not B-roll, but if you shoot like a picture of someone's
like someone playing with their kids or something.
Yeah, or someone's car blew up, the other footage that's not interview, that's not a stand-up, that's not an anchor or whatever, the other footage, the actual stuff that looks interesting, that's B-roll.
Right.
But the hard thing with RGB episodes is that, for example, Operation C, I shot a little bit of live action footage for that episode after the fact. I played through Contra 1. I played a little bit of Hardcore and Contra 3 and stuff to get additional game footage to use from those games. But for the most part, if you're making a game-based episode, you play through the game, then you write the script. So you've already got most of the footage that you need, at least in terms of gameplay. But the problem with an RGB episode is you write the script first, then you shoot everything, and it just always ends up being so overwhelming and more than we thought it would be. And it just, I always underestimate the amount of work they are. Like, they are just huge amounts of work. So, every third episode gives us some good space between them. But it's still like, I mean, they are without a doubt. I mean, we'd put them out all the time, but they are without a doubt the hardest episodes we make. But they're worth it. They're worth it.
Yeah. And by putting it every third episode, then we can do several episodes ourselves in between, so we don't get burned out on it.
Yeah.
And we can talk about games too, which is like...
Yeah, I mean, we don't, I mean, the RGB episodes do so well, but we always want to talk about games themselves because we'll get burned out if we don't. Because we don't want to be just like, we're all about the graphics or all about the technical stuff. Like, I mean, actually being all about playing the games, the actual experience of playing the game is very important to me. So I don't want to lose sight of that, even though the technical stuff is, also super interesting for us and also for our audience.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we did the same thing when the How to Beat stuff was like our big. People like would come for that show.
Yeah. No, if you set the Wii U, at least unless some sort of update has gone through that I'm not aware of, if you use component and set it to standard definition 480i, it's not going to change anything about how Virtual Console outputs, unfortunately. I mean, it might look a little better than if you do full HD scaling, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, it's not going to be any improvement that's worth the hassle. You know, I used my Club Nintendo points to get a bunch of Virtual Console games because I didn't really want anything. So I just used that to get Virtual Console games for both the original Wii and for the Wii U, mostly just for making video comparisons because, I mean, I didn't really care about actually having them that much. But, yeah, so...
All right. Well, that was a little Q&A section, kind of.
Yeah, we've kind of rambled on for like 25 minutes after the stream is supposed to be over.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody, and keep an eye out on the Twitter, and we'll let you know if we end up doing next week's episode. But consider it like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like every Sunday at 9, we're going to be doing this. Like based on the games that are featured in that episode.
Yeah. It's not going to happen the week of too many games, but aside from that, we're going to try to keep it up.
Right.
All right. Thanks for watching. We will see y'all later.
Yep. Take care, everyone.